Fatso Schmidt, also known as the Keyboard Cat. What's behind this mystery, this instant success of an ordinary household cat to total stardom throughout the world? What's behind it all? Today, you'll learn about her show business family and how they influenced each other. There's Fatso with her skinny sister, her sister Skinny, and her half-sister Fuzzy. Now, Fuzzy was born after the other two, and when she came around, she was so cute. No one could resist her. She had that fat little belly and those crusty eyes, the corners in her eyes. She would just sit in my camera bag and get all the attention. When she got older, everyone thought it was her keyboard career that's what she really was known for, but not true. Fact is, she was an ace runway model in Paris, New York, Moses Lake, all the big stops, and she was voted the longest legs in the cat industry. Well, Fuzzy used to like sitting around waiting for work, sort of glad-handing, and one day she's looking out the blinds and thinking, how can I use these blinds to make money? So she starts this little sort of teasy routine through the blinds, and all the tomcats in the neighborhood are leaving money and kibbles and bits and stuff like that outside, and she's just having her way with them without even going outside. It was great. Of course, monkey see, monkey do. Fatso had to try it, and it didn't exactly work out that well for her. She just didn't have the knack. She'd get tangled up, and it wasn't pretty. The other cats looked on, I mean our cats, but the boy cats just would take off. They didn't leave a single kibble, or I think maybe there was one bit one time. What Fatso was good at was poise and balance. I'd walk into my office, and there she'd be, sitting on top of the books, and she'd close her eyes. I'd move around, she'd take a look. It was like an owl. She'd sit up there for hours. I don't know what she was thinking. Okay, so Fatso and Skinny, the symbiotic twins, they were just great. Absolutely inseparable. So since they loved to be together so much no matter what, they started trying to come up with an act that they could start early in life. And what they came up with wasn't much, but they decided that it was we're going to sit on our butts and wait for the phone to ring so we can get some work to pay for the thing we're sleeping in and for some of the food. And they waited and they waited. It really wasn't great, but I do got to say, finally one day they got a call from a Mexican restaurant to be called Cat in the Hat Mexican Restaurant to do some commercial work, and these shots are from that spot, and there's Fatso just checking out the tacos. And, yeah, they did good. They brought home the bacon. And they also got some work for a chain of factory direct mattress outlets, and they could just do everything in unison for the photographs on the bed, and it was just really great. We got some footage, and you're seeing some of it here. It was just really good. They made good money on that one too. I can't name the mattress company, but and then Fatso had to open her mouth for a long time act, and she'd sit there and hold that pose, but her breath smelled like anchovies, and she'd hold it and hold it and hold it and finally close her mouth, but she really didn't get any work doing that. She had it on her reel, and things started kind of getting lazy around the studio then. Fuzzy decides her act is going to be turn on the desk lamp and lay under it, belly up for hours. And I had a hard time believing that was rehearsal, but she insisted that it would lead to some work, and eventually it did. It wasn't laying around work, but she did get a call, and I can't remember what it was right after that. Oh yeah, that's when the keyboard thing started for her. Yeah, and she was good. She had a good sense of rhythm. She looked good. She hung out with the right people. She hung out with Bette Midler. That's who. No. Cher gave her that sweater. That's from Cher. Anyway, she just couldn't focus, and her heart wasn't in it. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that's what you ought to be doing necessarily. You gotta love it, and she just wasn't into it that much. She did okay. Then Easter rolls around one year, and I'm handing out the baskets to the kids, and Fuzzy's in one of them. And I ask her, what in the heck is this about? She says, it's my new act. I'm the Easter Bunny. And I said, yeah, that's great. So I'll tell you, the thing is, she ate half the candy. She stayed in that basket the whole time. And with her fat keister in there, there'd be no room for an Easter Bunny. So that year, I guess she was the bunny. We continued to get some work from the Mexican restaurant that now had become a chain. And we used to walk through the lounge and the restaurant and the kids' room wearing this get-app. And the cats loved it. They really did. It was good work for a while, but I started really getting a sore neck, and there was a lot of overhead to this job that you don't really understand. After we had finally lost the gig, the restaurant went out of business. Fuzzy just lived in the hat and was very cranky and refused to leave. She, even if I remember right, would just even bathe in the hat. Yeah, there's a shot of her doing it right there. See? Here's a rare Polaroid of just playing dress-up when Fatso was a teenager, and Fuzzy's in the background wearing a Halloween costume. Here's just a shot of Fatso on the desk wearing stuff she loved to wear, just kind of horsing around, or catting around, I guess. We had another little visitor along the way. His name was Spanky. He was really little when I got him, and he was funny and adventurous and really had a good time. He didn't have a very long life, but he had a great life. He was cool. Now, these here are production stills of me giving sleeping lessons to the cats, and they all just pick right up on it. I mean, it was just a natural. I'm a good teacher, but they were really fast learners on this. They were all smart, talented cats. But let's get back to the star of the show, Fatso, the keyboard cat. She started out as this little ball of fur, not knowing anything, and ends up everywhere on the planet, on the internet, everywhere, on network TV, on t-shirts, on you name it. She is there in Japan. She's a Harajuku girl right now. Now, there she is. Skinny used to lick her and bite her on the neck, but we all used to love her. Good old Fatso. Special thanks to Brad O'Farrell for his very abnormal imagination. Thank you, Brad. And thank you, cats everywhere. And thank you if you've bought a t-shirt.